Quarter of an hour to come.
Just need one big turnover or a ball carry from their own team, because that's when they've been getting excited. But Leinster have just managed to take a bit of sting out of Bath.
McConaughey once more. That's right.
Hello. Oh, Jesus. He just in the door, getting going to have a shower. Jesus.
Oh, that is horrendous.
From Popular Singer. That might need a second viewing. Philippe Bonheur is the television match official.
Yeah, well, that's what I think.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, man. You could see he was trying to do something there.
He was trying to absolutely.
Players entitled to try and go to ground.
From what I saw, the player clearly go down. We got a contact.
I'll pack in the thing the whole drink on the pain fucking. Packy has.
Okay.
Vincent Blasco back. Told us with the eyes that he thinks it needs another look.
That kind of tells its own story, doesn't it? You know, they have their own little code between them. You know, ordinarily, if he really felt he wanted to go with the referee, he could have let him off. But he wants to have a look. It could be bad news.
The grass back on his feet. Let's see how he got there.
They've asked for it full speed to see. Look at the height, but he's already falling, isn't it? So the referee's assessment is probably right.
The referee Matthew Reynolds has decided that he's going to stand by his original decision that
Who's got watching it a second ago?
the Gra was on his way down.
Clearly go down, okay? We got the contact right, but it's a penalty kick only for me, okay?
I said. There's a guy watching it.
Well, Johnny's not arguing too much, so it might suggest that
He's just picking his moment, isn't he?
That's my view.
There you go.
Just waiting to grab the box here. Just had a look at the big screen.
The player clearly go down.
I think you can understand from both sides the circumstances. Papalacina didn't know that he was going to duck, but at the same time there is a duty of care. So penalty from a bad of yellow card from a Leinster.
It is that word of control. You can't put yourself in a situation where you can't pull out. I think even had he had the element of control, he still might have. So if it managed to slow down before he hit, it would have been the same decision as now. But the fact that he's out of control meant that he couldn't do anything about it.
Leinster are rotating their front row off Healy Cronin and that man Tyke Furlong on James Tracy, Andrew Porter and Ed Byrne, European champion. That's particularly sweet for him. He's been around for a while, but career heavily punctuated by knee injuries. He's now a Champions Cup player.
First start from James Tracy as well. He hit his number. Confidence builder immediately.
Saxton stabs it through, puts Chudley under a lot of pressure. He does well to deal with a ball that wasn't overly keen to make his acquaintance.
3B
Come back here.
for Leinster from the maul, collapse maul. So Sexton, aware of how short the advantages have been in this game, goes straight to the boot, puts an attacking kick through. See, so their head up, he's got no thought to look outside and puts that attacking nudge through, putting Chudley under massive pressure to deal with a ball that's not rolling end over end.
Willison actually did quite a good job in running a blocker line, and Gary Ringrose, who had picked a pretty direct line to that nudge through, just threw him off his stride, and as a result allowed his fullback to mop it up.
Change amongst the forwards, change amongst the backs for Bath. Jack Walker, 22-year-old hooker, is on for Tom Dunn. And Cooper Booner takes the place of Jamie Roberts.
Dunn getting a big round of applause. He's played well. One throw. He made up for that with his subsequent carry.
Cooper Booner's Champions Cup debut as well.
Anonymously, the Leinster driving more has been something that's been functioning really well for them today.
By Elliot Stook. England's training squad at Penny Hill Park during the November series.
But you don't need any space.
Jones, both big fans of his aggression in particular. That time it was his aerial acumen.
People will wonder, why would you set another little ruck just 2 yards away from the initial one? It's just about getting bodies onto their feet, and the correct runners, particularly back rowers, trying to make sure that they're the ones that are in the kick chase rather than the front rowers.
Here's the Stook steal.
Still, that's what happens.
Looking ahead of Ruddock.
But they're not giving her a little bit of time to work on it.
Number 9.
Huh?
That's the change it.
No,
Strong half, Johnson Gibson Park on for Luton Borough. Today's 21 and 22, the last weekend's 9 and 10 against the Dragons. Ross Byrne remains fly half on the bench. Tracy Davis. Gibson Park, you can hear last defender saying box kick, box kick. Here it is. McConaughey again presents himself, and he was touched by Jordan Larmour. It'll be called, but it is a penalty.
Initially he gave the mark, but the player's feet were off the floor. His assistant came in, told him.
I tell you what I love, look at the bottom of your screen there. Francois Lowe is the one that identifies the box kick early on. He runs, tries to track the run of anyone coming through to give a bit of protection to Rory McConaughey. He doesn't get it. It's certainly a penalty for tackling in the air.
So comfortable, doesn't he? Look and put his hand up as he's coming down to at least make sure he's got the mark from the referee.
Yeah, there he is again. Look at that, Francois Lowe. That's a clever, seasoned international. He doesn't actually get to Larmour because he comes at a different angle, but anyone that was coming from the left-hand side of the ruck, he would have checked their run, given a small bit of protection to his 15.
Francois Lowe is actually out of contract at the end of the season, and he's chatting with the club at the moment, but I think they want to know what his Springbok commitments might be, because you pay a lot of money for players like Francois Lowe, and I suspect Bath might like him round a little bit more after the World Cup. It's one of those that's up in the air right now.
It's a big kick, isn't it? Turning defence very firmly into attack. And you can hear the lift it's given the Red faithful.
One by Charlie Alls. So Matt Garvey give us a little bit of a glance. He's preparing to come on along with tight head Max Leahy.
Work of tone there initially to stop Bath coming down his channel, but they found another route. They're in really good shape here now. Just need to regather. The referee hasn't called momentum yet.
He's still with us. Here's Buchan Singh. Attempted burst from Thomas. No way through. Mules once more. Johnson Wilson having to check his run because he didn't come quite as quickly to it. He was
Big gap there.
the hit.
Dropped it.
Forwards being lost.
Knock on advantage. Offside.
Bath are offside, so Scott's been turned into a penalty.
Walker just held on a fraction, tried to delay as the hit came in. Ended up just knocking his arms on the pass.
Please, Johnny.
Penalties conceded by Bath. Leinster just the 7. Leinster average 8 penalties a game, generally speaking, in Europe. That kind of discipline doesn't harm, that's for sure. And their time today.
See what Walker's trying to do here. Trying to delay as late as possible to open up a hole for his runner.
You get paid like
Just the shot comes in, just knocks the ball.
a million people that watch theirs.
Or knocks his arm, which the accuracy of the pass then affected.
Rafa made that change, or changes that we were talking about. Max Leahy appears on, happy to be stretching his legs again after recent hamstring and knee issues. Matt Garvey as well. Fresh muscles, fresh lungs. in the pack. Doing some defensive work at the moment. This is Reed skipping away. Will Ryan made his way over for a try against Toulouse at the start of the second half. Last time they were in Champions Cup action back in October.
Underhill, brilliant position. Oh, another turnover for one of the back rowers. I would have practiced all week, putting those yellow bibs on both Low and Underhill, expecting both to play. But when you're working with 2 sevens, it's so hard to identify who's going to come in, who's going to make the tackle. And when he gets an early position like that, there's nothing Sexton can do to get him out of there. He's just got such brilliant upper body strength. Gets that big V, leans in on the player, exactly what you hope in a jackal position.
He arrived as a real presence as a ball carrier, Underhill. I know that he's working very hard to be more of a presence at the breakdown in that kind of area. As Rossburn comes on, and Cooper Boona tests the fabric of that Leinster defence, and that's nicely done. And here is Underhill, ball in hand, finds Low. That once more hinting at a gathering storm. This is Van Rooyen. The quality of the handling to set themselves up in this attacking position. Stoop. Chipley again goes searching for it. Oh, and Singer just lays it back to Willison. Van Rooyen.
Good line from Boona. Oh, that's been knocked out.
Now what about the counter-attacking threat? Oh, no one's home. Leno hammers it away, and Gibson Park.
Great kick.
It's a race with Singer. McConaughey's got back as well. He'll have Van der Fleer appearing over his bonnet shortly.
Oh, yeah!
Tackle from Rowe, big legal tackle from Rowe.
Yes!
What about the chase?
What a tackle on the big man as well.
Tackling the disaster.
Delighted as well.
Oh, Jerry Gibson.
Delighted. What a clearance as well. Look at the fucking boot on that.
Rockin' and Dooney out of play. The pace has gone. And then Singer does a really good job. Singer really well tackled, and then the pressure comes in, the turnover's good. Huge moment in the game, just as Bath
Yeah, Lowe doesn't get bumped too easy.
pressuring, getting back into Leinster's game.
Look at Lowe's.
There's another one, James. Gibson Park, hands down on the ground before he gets into the pilfer position. Because of the contact being won, it looks as though the attacking team, or the defensive team, have got the ascendancy as a result. Mr. Raynow.
Johnny Sexton's in a little bit of treatment at the moment, which is why Rossburn has this penalty attempt.
Okay, well, enjoy yourself.
8 people.
Don't go cross
Right boot.
See you later, mate. Bye.
Perfect. And for the first time in the match, the Leinster cushion feeling just a little plumper, a little bit more comfortable.
Feels like 10 points is a lot in this game, doesn't it? With a little under 8 minutes still to go. Do Bath have that try that will get them back in the mix? Leinster defence has been so good, even when Bath have had their little purple patch.
It's a game of opportunity, isn't it? Bath haven't taken their opportunities. Leinster, well, they were gifted that one by James Wilson. They have.
You've up scrum half. His nippy, energetic presence. Trouble has emptied the tank. Knocked away by Gibson Park. Loose.
Hell.
Very nearly Leinster possession, but it wasn't gathered cleanly. Lama on the floor, beetling away for it.
Just dies in the wind, doesn't it? He has to take an extra step forward.
I think he does look a lot. Look. doesn't knock it on once.
No, in the initial. I think when the ball player tried to catch it.
Just a reminder, it'll be the dying minutes of the match across on BT Sport 3 right now, but should you want to watch the end of Toulon-Montpellier, it is there. So once we're done here, we're off to the weekend. The second game in this pool, looks like Leinster are heading to the top right now, but Toulouse, if they beat Wasps in Coventry, will be there later this evening and tomorrow. Munster against Cass, Saracens against Cardiff as alternative viewing options, and then in the afternoon, Racing 92 against Leicester live in Paris. There is no games. Heineken Champions Cup. It's here on BT Sport this weekend.
Okay, fine.
Good opportunity for a launch play from Bath. Boone is running short here as a decoy, most likely.
Looking from a corner kick, ball wasn't taken cleanly. It'll be a Leinster scrum if nothing comes of this.
Again, Vuna ran a nice short line. Quality is there except for that pass. And McConaughey, who's trying to straighten it, just comes too hard at him. It's neither spinning nor a rugby league pass. It's just a tricky one for him to take. He's fired too hard under these conditions, and when you're running at pace like that, very difficult to change direction and pick it up at the same time.
Lachlan is with us. He's returning from injury. Been looking after a sore knee recently. And, limping Johnny Sexton is the man to make way. He's been in the wars, but he's in the wars in every single game he plays. It's the way he plays the game, Brian.
It is. He plays aggressively on the line, and he probably encourages shots that might be perceived as a little bit late, but that's why he's such a terrific player, is because he's willing to do so. I think we're seeing this a little bit more in the last year or two, where the job is done, he gets to come off 10 minutes from the end, but I'm a little concerned about that for next week, because the return fixture, he won't want to miss that one. It's one of the big fixtures of the year. December, round 4.
Live on BT Sport.
Who's going to be the next person to
Rich Ruddock is the captain right
retire.
now, but Johnny Sexton has
Sexton?
headed off. Ruddock, who was
Sexton's getting a
Ireland
bit
skipper a couple of times in the autumn.
like
That match in
messed
Chicago
up,
against the Italians, against the USA in Dublin. In charge of the province again. Into the final 5 minutes. It's been a roll your sleeves up type of performance from the champions today. Right now they're doing the job. They lead by 10. Gibson Park under a little bit of pressure to find Byrne. Tucked away by Ringrose. Conakey sees some open space, and there's a sevens player who decides to explore it. Doesn't make it beyond his 22.
One is here. Who's back? Who's back?
Kick it.
Jack Walker's there.
Jeez, that's so scary.
Back.
Outside the 22.
Can you travel?
Cleared by Wilson. Over the head of Byrne and his outstretched hands. Hugely impressive in the big Pro 14 win in Newport last weekend. That really underlines
What an offload from Ryan.
Leinster's strength in depth. Big names like Ryan back involved today. Gibson Park. This is Byrne once more. Ringrose.
That big lad isn't very good in the rucks though, is he?
Once more it's Ryan. Some help from Tracy, but not enough. Ryan was holding on to it.
Oh,
Look
he's
at his tackle.
fast.
Look at his tackle. Look what loaded to. Through with you.
Yeah, I know, but he actually creamed some lad earlier.
Well, last real shot
Okay, then.
for Bath. They have to come up with something here. They've got any ambition of winning this game. body shape, using the hit of the players to get him in an even better body shape.
Final replacement of the day. Ross Maloney is on for his first European game of the season, taking the place of Devon Toner. Leinster nearly there, and look at Gibson Park just underlining that point. 2 more minutes worth of hard work, and they will have secured this victory.
Push back.
And Roy.
Another good line from Buna, running against the grain.
This is Reason. It's breaking through, and it might yet work for Bath.
Side and tackle there.
Strong defence.
Time not on their side, 90 seconds left. And Roy encouraged to go in and add his presence to this latest assault on the Leinster line. And he scored from a similar position in the first half. And Lee having a little dart of his own, but no way through.
Gap there, look at the gap.
And Roy again, doing what he can. Garvey, there's an advantage going. They'll go to the other side, and well, that was an important tackle, but it's still back possession. This is low. They're operating a man down at the moment. A player injured.
Advantage.
Well, do they take they might as well take the kick now, because that'll get to them the bonus point, and then they might just have time for the kick as well. But they want to speed this up. They don't want to be letting that clock run too far down. Take the bonus point now while it's on offer, because you've got a lot more chance of scoring a try from your own half than you have a penalty.
Think of the fatigue now and making good decisions. Unfortunately, the skipper's gone. You need a quick decision. You need someone to step up and realise what's at stake, and how you still give yourself an opportunity of going back and scoring a try and getting another point with a converted try.
Yeah, well, that's what they've decided to do in the end. So it's not going to Singer, by the way, who's limping off. Ben, your job to pick the man of the match.
Well, there are a lot of standout candidates in the Bath back row, but for me, you would describe Leinster as a workmanlike performance. Man who's led that in terms of stats, the top carrier, the second top tackler. We've seen offloads, we've seen line-out steals. James Ryan's our Heineken man of the match.
C'est fini, Mathieu.
Time's up. Timo Filippono tells us.
What do you say?
So
After
this
the penalty kick is finished.
a losing bonus point for the hosts.
Not finished, yeah, after.
And some reward for Bath at the end of all that, but the win is Leinster's. How hard they had to work in the wind and the rain in the English southwest today. Being champions isn't always about the glitz and the glamour. Sometimes it's about digging in. It's about doing the spade work. It's about dirtying your hands, and that's what Leinster did today. They have come from behind for a precious win at the Red. Final score, Bath 10, Leinster 17.
A real graft from Leinster today. We ordinarily associate them with a fast, free-flowing style, but when you get into the depth of December, open venues like the Rec is, softer turf, greasy ball, you've got to play a different type of game. And in fairness to them, they adapted very well. It was never going to be a very high-scoring game. They took their opportunities when Bath coughed up some bad errors, and that intercept ultimately has had a huge impact on the overall outcome of the game.
When you're the champions and you're multiple champions, every team you play are going to raise their game. Bath raised their game magnificently today. It's the best I've seen them play all year, but even that wasn't enough, because Leinster know how to win the games when they're not playing that well. Brilliant performance from the champions to grind out a victory against a team that were more than up for it today.
They are back at the Aviva next Saturday, the return fixture. For Leinster, Connor and Ulster at home, Munster away over Christmas and the New Year in the Pro 14, and then it'll be back to Europe and those games in January for both sides. Leinster against Toulouse and Bath against Wasps, January the 12th, and then the final weekend of 4 matches. Toulouse at home to Bath, Wasps against Leinster. It might be tied up by then, but it very rarely is in the Heineken Champions Cup, Brian. So we look at that match at the Ricoh as being the one that maybe decides who finishes first and second.
And also will it decide who